Everybody, welcome. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great this Memorial Day. I thought I'd just do a little reading here for you. I have a video coming up tomorrow morning about plutonic relationships versus twin flame relationships. You might want to check that out. I made a whole video for you last week about astrology and numerology of twin flame, which I'm going to have to redo because technology ate that video. So that says to me it's not finished yet. There needs to be more information or something like that. So I will redo that video for you this week. I apologize for that craziness. So gonna do a lot of very Gemini North Node stuff this week about getting clear on things. So the relationship video tomorrow is about plutonic relationships versus twin flame. Might want to check that out so you know what plutonic is. All right, so if you're new to the channel, welcome. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share, and thank you to those who have. All right, let's see what's going on here for whomever needs to hear this message. This is for whoever needs to hear this. I'll be putting up a set of Air, Fire, Earth, Water tomorrow. There's already some up on the channel you might be interested in, tied to a zodiac sign, but this is really about a message that really wants to come through right now, just like the morning message tomorrow really wanted to come through, okay? All right, new life. That's my favorite card. It really is. That's my favorite card. Never-ending story. Observer. So again, I mean, that's Aquarian energy, but definitely looking at yourself a lot more closely. This new life is I feel like we've gone through some kind of wormhole a little bit, and there's some patterns that are being shown right now that need to be looked at. Shadow work that needs to be done, healing that needs to be done. The new life is starting. It's not waiting for you to do this healing, but now you're like up next level, and so it's going to be a little bit harder to do that because the game has intensified in its I don't mean to call it a game because it's really not a game, but the energies have intensified. The Pluto in retrograde is really kicking some ass, honestly, but getting people to see their shadows, yeah, in a big way. And there's a relationship right now that is, you may have been ready to jump in, or you're on the precipice of the new relationship starting, and there's some fear around old habits or old, yep. Check this out. Fool. Star. 10 of Wands. Boy, the bottom of the deck here. I love it. 2 of Cups. 10 of Cups. Okay. So, jumping in. But as you jump in, you realize, oh, yeah, I should really look at my codependency issue. Okay, I should really, because this is going to be, there's some familiar stuff that comes up right away. All right. And there could be some suspicion if you've dealt with a narcissistic partner in the past, or a catalytic kind of partner, somebody who doesn't push you to be your best. They have their own agenda. And so that relationship can make you feel like, oh, I don't want to have that again. So a little bit of fear around repeating the story, right? A little bit of fear around that. So this Aquarian energy of like looking closer at it, super important right now. 5 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 4 of Cups, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, Strength. This person is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome, okay? 8 of Pentacles, Judgment, Ace of Swords. Lots of truth is going to be told right now. So you might have held back, okay? You might have held back your own truth, your own beliefs. You've told other people stuff, or other people are having opinions about your relationship. You might not have really said how you felt to this person. You might have held back in sharing love with this person because other people might be at you about this. Like, oh, I don't know. Is that a good idea? Right? Like giving you kind of like reason to step back. You could also just feel like relationships in general, like, are you ready? Are you ready? Because this person's here. King of Cups, King of Pentacles. I just did a little video for the tarot class. and I was talking about my own philosophy about kings versus pages, and kings are very grounded to me. They are grounded in their own elements. King of Kings, or Earth of Earth here with King of Pentacles, Earth of Water with the King of Cups. Now, that's not the traditional way of looking at it, but that's how I look at it. And this person has been able to overcome some issues for themselves, maybe about their feelings. They're overcoming some issues about money and elevating themselves up to that level. All right. So when it relates to work, I feel like, especially as it relates to work, this person is a past life soulmate. Okay. So this person, you could be drawn to them through work, or you could have a lot of things in common around your work or something along those lines. One of the things you do have in common is this, speaking the truth. And I feel like in the past you might not have done that. You might have, hemmed and hawed and held back and, not really said how you feel. But Queen of Wands can be a little bit dramatic, can also be a little bit manipulative or withholding. But the positive aspects of the Queen of Wands is how passionate she is, and how much she desires to have a passionate relationship in her life. So that energy is spurring you on here. I believe that the Judgment card, I feel like you're going to get clear on something that you've been working on. Both of you will. Getting clear on something you've worked on. Wow. Chariot, Ace of Cups, King of Swords, Four of Wands. Look at this. So the clarity, you could have held back. This person seems like they're in a pretty good place. They might have done some work here. And now you're really clear on where you want to go. King of Swords and the Chariot. Very, very clear about the future. Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. That's what I want. All right? I want this experience. Whoop! Come back here. I want this experience. Four of Wands, Ace of Cups. I want to have that. I've always wanted to have that. This is what I've been doing all this healing about. Okay? This is what I've been doing all this about. So now now you've jumped into the pool with this person in some way, right? The 10 of Wands underneath, like, they might not know you jumped all the way in, but you did. Okay? And really seeking this 10 of Cups. So in order to do that, we have to go through this beginning phase. And the beginning phase can be asking a lot of questions. Getting clear, crystal clear about intentions, about where we're going with this. You could just be getting clear for yourself, or getting clear, both of you getting clear about where you're going here. Four of Cups. Hanged Man. Really reticent, really hanging back, trying to see things differently, but not making any moves here. Knight of Wands. So what's driving this is couple things. First of all, you could have had players in your life. You could have dealt with a cheater or a player. And so it's almost like you're not trusting yourself to make this decision. You could have also had that in yourself. Like, that's why you're drawing that kind of person to you, because you also have a fear of commitment or something along those lines. And that person really reflects it back to you. Okay? That person's really reflecting it back to you. So what's happening here is, okay, I'm working on my fear of commitment. This person is working on his or hers inability to communicate feelings. What's the negative side? Very stubborn, right? Working on that. Even though you guys are kings and queens, people still have stuff to work on. Stubborn. This person's likely very stubborn. All right. I see Cancerian energy. I see Leo. I see Aquarius. I see Sag. Right? Sag, Aquarius, Leo, Cancer. I'm going to look at those in the extended. All right? And the truth is, I feel like you both do want this. Ace of Cups and Four of Wands. You both do want that relationship. Okay? I think you're getting really clear about that. The problem is the past. This. All right? The problem is the past. So what are the things that have made this person super stubborn? What are the things that have held you back? right? What are the things that have made you feel like you can't commit? Why are you hesitating? I feel like this person is a grown-up person, all right? I feel like this, I mean, three kings, for heck's sake, right? This is not someone who isn't serious. Kings are serious, okay? These are serious. This is a serious person. Queens are also grown-up people. I do feel like the dramatic nature of fire here with Queen of Wands and with Knight of Wands can be the reason why you may be holding back and not committing to this. Okay, a little bit of self-sacrifice there, but I like this. I mean, usually don't like this card all that much because it's kind of boring, but working on it. You're working on it. So working on it in a couple ways. Working on it through doing active seeking out of information that is healing for you. Looking at all those questions that I just said. I mean, yeah, did you jump in kind of willy-nilly here? Did you, want to jump in? Yes. And are you at the deep end of the pool? You bet you are. Okay. This is codependency too. This is about, well, we'll work it out. Like, ask questions later, right? Jump in, ask questions later. And I'm here to tell you, I think asking questions now is what you want to do. You want to get super clear about this because otherwise you wouldn't be like this. And asking questions of yourself, not just this other person. Okay? So, yeah. All right. So what did I say? I said Cancer, Leo, Sag, and Aquarius. I'll look at those in the extended. Come along with me, my darlings, if you'd like to. Link for Vimeo is below. I'll see you over there. Welcome to the channel.